Hey you guys, it's me again. I'm here with Tegan today. She wasn't here yesterday when I was talking to you guys about the 21-day campaign.
I was at school.
Yes, you were. Now you're live. We're building an audience. Oh, hi. How are you? All right. So this is the topic. The topic is living well on a budget as a single mom. And my name is Remy. The first thing.
Said hi, baby.
Aw, hi.
Okay. Talk about inappropriate.
Okay. Hey, Joe. Hey, Terrell. All right. So it's past 4:30. I know it is past 4:30. Forgive me. So today's topic is about how to live well on a budget with a little human. I think the first thing is that you have to outline what the expectations for your life are. You know, what are non-negotiables? One of the non-negotiables, say hi, Tegan. They're saying hi to you.
Hi.
One of the non-negotiables for me were providing a quality education for my daughter. So when my daughter, hey, Terrell, we're good. One of the things that I was like unrelenting about was providing my child with the private education. I had a private education foundationally, specifically K through 5. I thought that it was really important because it was going to create like I said, the foundation for moving forward. And so my daughter attended a progressive. Hey, you love my hair? Are you being funny? Okay. It was my daughter she went to parochial school, and she also went to a progressive education school. And the pedagogy in a progressive education school creates it's the child is the protagonist in their own education. And so what I'm saying is that those kinds of schools are extraordinarily expensive, but they have scholarships, and so they can be upward to $10,000 a year. And I think that for me, that was the sacrifice. You make budgets, you make plans, and then of course you have to have your living situation. So if you have a car payment, you have to pay your car payment. If you have rent or mortgage, you have to outline how much, and where you're wanting to live. I have located really nice housing downtown, in the downtown area of the city that I live in. And hey, Talia. I think that you can find really nice, affordable housing in areas where it's safe. That's another thing that I was unrelenting about. I did not want to put my daughter in a situation where she was not going to be safe. Okay, so the two major things that I was focused on when I outlined my budget and how I wanted to live was that, number one, I knew that I needed to be in an environment that was safe and diverse, which is like the downtown area. There's a lot of students and urban professionals that live around me. And I knew that my daughter's education was going to be the most important thing for me also. And so that's what I kind of centered my budget around. Everything else, work it. Another thing that was important for me was legacy planning. That me having a life insurance policy in case something happened to me, my daughter would be able to be taken care of. I thought that was really responsible for me. It was important for me to, hey, Pam, I am so happy to link back up with you, Pam. We used to cut up. Anyway, so yeah, the point is that, I'm doing Facebook Live also, Periscope friends. So, that was important for me also. So number one, living in a place that was safe and that was diverse. Number two, it was my daughter's education, providing foundationally a space for her so that her little mind wasn't oppressed. And finally, legacy planning. And, what else is important? Food. The types of food that you want to feed yourself and you want to feed your little human. You can go to farmers markets. You can go to, and you can have food stamps. You can have food stamps and go to the farmers market. They double up your food stamps. When you go to the farmers market, you can, and I'm not saying that any of you are on food stamps, but I'm just saying that that's an option for you if you do, need food stamps. I have used food stamps before in my life. And so I love you too.
Someone says that you don't have to be a single mom.
Yeah, you don't have to be a single mom. Absolutely not. I love you too, JoJo. Of course you don't have to be a single mom, but it's like when you're talking about living well with limited resources, then you want to identify how you want to live and be able to outline and identify the things and leverage the resources that are in your existing community that can help you live according to what you want to live like. You know, if you want to send your kids to arts camps and stuff, many times a lot of those nonprofit organizations and, you know, things in the community, resources in the community that service youth, they have scholarships. Again, parochial schools, scholarships. You can get scholarships. If you're not on your pride thing, you can definitely leverage those resources. Are there any questions for me surrounding this topic? I am, you know, in my professional life, I'm a community resource navigator, and I'm a caseworker, and so I'm a clinician. And so from that perspective, I have some insight also, not just from the practical aspect of it. I'm a single mom myself. But if anybody has any questions for me about how you can leverage resources to live the kind of way that you want to live, I'm open to answering those kinds of questions also. You know, you want to be able to provide your children with the kind of quality of life that, you know, they can look back and say, you know, I had a lot of exposures and experiences that were varied. And, you know, my daughter, she had a passport. I had a passport when I was 10. And I traveled internationally from that point. And my daughter, she's traveled, and she had hers when she was like 2 or 3. And so each generation is getting closer. My mother was the first person in my family to graduate from college, you know, and so each generation is supposed to do better than the next, you know, in terms of providing exposure. And it was on the foundations of what my mother provided for me and our family that she really pushed her legacy and our family onto a trajectory that just differentiates us from, I mean, what we were. And not that it's better, but it's just different, you know, in terms of the exposures and things like that. So that is it. Does anybody have any questions for me? No? You know this already? Am I saying stuff that you already know? Tegan, do you have anything to say? How do you live well? What are some of the things that you like to eat?
Someone said you are a wonderful mom.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. There's nothing like I that's the best compliment ever for me. Thank you.
I like spaghetti.
You like spaghetti? Spaghetti likes you too.
And cookies.
And cookies. If you guys want to see more about how we're living, you guys can go to we're just starting, but you can go to www. Oh, you okay? Mm-hmm. www.hoodmom.com, and we're going to start putting things up. So, just some more information about some of the projects that I'm doing. I started a nonprofit organization in 2005 called the Urban Folk Art Exploratory, and we have a lot of community development projects. You can go to www.exploreurbanfolkart.org. Right now, we're in the midst of a capital campaign. We're attempting to raise $260,000. I don't want to, you know, stress my friends on Facebook about that, and I'm not going to keep talking about that and stuff, but, you know, that is what I'm doing right now. And I just want to build community surrounding parenting, and that's kind of it. So if you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about, any topics, I'm going to be doing this for the next 21 days. I'll do short live streams, and yeah, just talk to you guys. So that's kind of it. Tegan, let's talk to them. Say hi.
Hi.
Okay.
And where are you tuning in from? Can you let them know?
We're in Kalamazoo, Michigan. We are in Kalamazoo.
Homeboys and homegirls.
Ooh.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. All right. Well, I love you guys. And if you guys want to see me again, I will be back tomorrow between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. Okay? Love you. Peace out.
Peace.
How do I...